Pedro, strange face.
Huh?
How are you?
Great, great, Jerry. How's it going?
Very, very well. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking about you a lot over the while I was away, so I didn't get to talk to you as we went on in them fights.
Unfortunately, I missed you.
But on a very serious note, the like when I was talking to you, I was back a few years. You were literally bulletproof. You wouldn't countenance.
I'm still am.
You wouldn't countenance any thought of going backwards, any thought of not winning, blah blah blah. And then, like, no matter how strong you are, you've had to face that. In fact, I linked that to, there was one of your teammates had a long post recently about how he started off his career and he hated people saying, he wouldn't listen to people saying, you know, you have to learn how to win or lose and bullshit, bullshit. And now he's actually coming around, you know, maybe at the three-quarter stage of his career and starting to realise what that's all about. So, I mean, have you gone through a similar journey and how do you get back to being bulletproof as you say you are again?
Yeah, the best thing that I can say about my journey, my experience so far, is that losses brought me maturity and brought me a vision of things that I didn't have because I was this young fella with a lot of confidence, saying things and doing them, and every time I was in there, I was more confident, more confident. At one stage, it was just like too much, and yeah, the fall was big. The fall was big, and it was hard to get up, but I got up. I did, you know, I did my studies. I searched for what I have to improve, what areas do I need to improve, not only skill set but even mindset wise. And today I can fully, 100% say that I have everything there it's needed to be world champion.
So we're back.
Oh, we never left.
But interesting, I know you were doing another interview with Andy there, that you were talking about how you couldn't literally work any harder. I mean, we did, you know, footage where you were literally dripping, might have been a pint of sweat off your t-shirt, etc. So you could not physically work any harder. But you said you've kind of changed it a bit, that you're getting more smarter. So is that something you think you had to do, or did it come naturally?
Yeah, there's something that needed to be done because at this stage, everyone works hard. Everyone works hard. It's not about like who works hard. It's about who works better, smarter. It's who like uses the tools that they have the better way possible, you know, because what does it matter for me having thousands of tools that I can use if I don't use them well? It's better just to have 3 or 4, but use them 100% properly. So that was my main focus, especially in this camp for this fight. Focus when I'm already good, focus what I need to improve, change some stuff, change even my style of doing things, my approach to doing things, and the results were not only visible, they were touchable, and I'm looking forward to show them.
And last for me, I mean, and I think you said as well, you're really looking forward to Friday night. I mean, do you feel there's going to be a new Pedro?
I don't know if I like to say new Pedro, but 100% it will be a new chapter. It will be the chapter of a world title, for sure.
Thanks, Pedro, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
How do you look back on that the Niedzielski fight? Because obviously you came out from the Vital win. It was across the road. It was a big win. It felt like you know, it wasn't a great night for the Irish fighters that night, and you seemed to come out as the star. And then you kind of got a guy who was new to the promotion, a newer name outside of Ireland as well. And then obviously the decision was a very close one, but you ended up losing it. When you look back at that and see like there was a lot of negatives, I suppose, around that, how do you like come back from that into this fight?
There's, you know, for me, there's a lot of ways to look at a fight. First, there are actually more positives than negatives, and also in a way, like in my conscience, in my head, I'm heading to this fight on a 2-win streak. You know, I think I did enough. I respect and actually understand someone that has a different idea, but you know, that's other subject. That fight, you know, taught me a lot. Even Piotr himself, he kind of showed me a lot of, because having, like I was saying, having a lot of skill set or not, with what he have, he used it pretty well, especially on that first round. And I was in there with fighter mindset, going there to have a fight, and I lost clearly the first round, which jeopardized pretty much the rest of the fight. because I was with that fighter mentality, going there to fight. And in the end of the day, it's not about, like, it is who about to toughest, but in reality, who's the smarter guy, and it's all about winning. In the end of the day, I don't have to prove nothing to no one. I already know what I'm capable of. So it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson.
There was a lot of talk about obviously judging after that fight. Have you gone and looked into judging more and the criteria and things after that fight? Obviously, being a very close one.
Not looking cool. Like I start to shape a little bit my way of fighting in the way that judge, in overall judging criteria is because. But in the end of the day, I cannot think too much about that because there always will be judges that are gonna look into small details other than the others. So we'll never be able to, because judges are humans in the end of the day. If the fight is very close, like it was on that second round, because pretty much the winner was the winner of the second round in that fight. It's like we are talking about few details, so it's always going to be normal, and sometimes these decisions are not going to please everyone, but it is what it is, and I think it's not like a case of work hard and think too much about it.
I'll ask you just about Mads, last thing for me. Obviously, it looks like Bellator having viewed that last fight as a loss. You know, he could have been fighting for the title if he'd won his last shot, or his last fight, sorry, so you're right back against one of the top guys in the world. Like, he's a tough matchup for anyone in this division. He's a good striker, good wrestler, brilliant on the ground. You know, one of the best in the world. I think it was one of only 12 guys to get to the 12 fastest guys ever to get to black belt outside of Brazil. Like, what is your game plan for a guy like that? Is it very much stay off the ground, keep out of there? And if so, how do you do that?
First, we are fighting in an MMA fight. We are not fighting in jiu-jitsu. That's a completely different story. I fought MMA with a lot of black belts, and that's a different thing. I consider myself a black belt in MMA. So, but yeah, 100%. Mads excites me because I always wanted to fight him because I want to fight the top guys. You know, if I want to prove myself as the guy, I want to be the best, and he is one of them. Game plan, of course, I'm not gonna talk about it, but to be honest, I'm not afraid of any department. He's very good. He has very good boxing, especially body shots. He mixes very well. He mixes very well striking with takedowns. And of course he's very good in grappling wise, but at the same time there isn't one thing that I look and like, oh, I never faced a thing like that. No, everything he brings, I've been there with the best. I felt power, speed, striking. I felt it all. I seen it all. So, and there's a lot of things in me that he never seen it, and that's what I'm gonna show it.
Pedro Mads was in here earlier on. He was saying that, you know, you're a fan favourite within SBG, but he doesn't believe you're a fan favourite within Dublin. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't care what he says. He says whatever he wants. I'm gonna shut his mouth on Friday. That's what matters.
But do you think fighting in Turin adds a little bit of extra percentage to your game of fight night? You had that battle last in November.
Of course, it always affects positively because having 10,000 people cheering for you, it's amazing. And last year was unbelievable. Like, I knew it would be great, but I didn't know, I wasn't expecting it would be that great. And it was amazing. It was amazing, and I think not only I feel it that this year will surpass it.
Just a word of Peter's fight, the main event, iconic fight against Benson Henderson. What are your thoughts?
Peter will. I said it, and I'll say it again. Peter will get it by decision.
We got a little glimpse of yourself and Peter sparring about a month ago on SPG. It was very impressive. I think the calls afterwards, it could be a pay-per-view for it.
Yeah.
What's the camp been like training with him for such a big fight?
Man, we've been in the trenches for years now, you know, and every time we spar, it's a cracker, and it's worth a few bucks. But yeah, it's always great to fight with Peter because not only every time we spar, we both know that it's gonna be tough, but at the same time, it's gonna be super safe, you know, and that's in the end of the day, like Coach John Kavanagh says, improve your software and save your hardware. And that's what matters, you know, go in there. you know, of course, it's good to have hard rounds. Go in there, have like a scrap, but at the same time, be safe, not getting hurt. And every time me and Peter spars, that's it.
All right.
That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Pedro.
See you later.